In March 22nd and 23rd, Italian citizens will be asked to vote in a constitutional referendum about the justice system, specifically on the possible separation of careers between judges and public prosecutors. To understand the issue, it is important to clarify the roles which are involved. A judge is responsible for evaluating evidence and delivering a verdict. A public prosecutor, often called pubblico ministero or PM, leads criminal investigation and represents the accusation in court. Under the current Italian system, judges and prosecutors belong to the same judicial body. They enter the profession through the same exam, follow a common career path, and are governed by the same self-governing institution, the High Council of Judiciary. The point of this issue is that a magistrate can move from being a prosecutor to being a judge, and vice versa. The referendum proposes to change this system by introducing two separate careers and two separate high councils, one for judges and one for prosecutors. This is a constitutional referendum because it changes the constitution itself. Since the reform was not approved in parliament with a qualified majority, the final decision is left to voters. In this type of referendum, there is no quorum, meaning that the result is valid regardless of voter turnout. It is not necessary to change the law for more than 50% of voters to participate. Supporters of yes argue that the judges and the prosecutors have very different roles, and that sharing the same career may affect the perception of judicial impartiality. Separating the career, they say, would strengthen the neutrality of judges and create a clearer balance between those who accuse and those who judge. Supporters of no argue that this reform does not address the real problem of the justice system. They point out that career changes between judges and prosecutors already happen very rarely and are not a structural issue. According to this view, the separation could instead weaken the independence of prosecutors and make them more vulnerable to external, including political, pressure. This referendum is therefore not only about legal structure, but about different visions of justice, institutional balance, and democratic safeguards. For this reason, it is important to be informed, understand the argument of both sides, and take part in the vote. In constitutional referendums, every vote matters, because deciding how justice works also means deciding how democracy works.